What's going on, guys? Eternal Wind back with another Ghost of Tsushima video, and today we are going to cover my OG Poison Assassin build. This is a build that I used for a very long time. As soon as they gave us the technique Deadly Nightshade, this became my go-to assassin build, and rightfully so. Um, that one perk changed the assassin in such phenomenal ways, and easily one of my favorite builds to play on the assassin. Now, you can make some alterations for this build. As you can see, I don't have Misty Agata. This is going to be a single legendary build that is going to focus on not only status effect damage, but also stealth attack damage as well. So if you want to drop a little bit of stealth attack damage and throw on a Misty Agata, you can. But I found that with this particular build, I just never died when I was playing Nightmare Survival. And this is obviously with friends or randoms. This is not a solo build. But this is just an all-around amazing poison build for the assassin. So let's get into the gear. Alright, so starting off with Moon Katana with melee damage. Now, you can change out staggered damage if you want for Oni damage. That is not a bad option. The reason I like staggered damage with this particular build is because once you staggered somebody with your poison darts or your toxic vanish, as that duration of poison continues to tick, it's going to add an additional 20% damage. And not only that, all damage against a staggered target is increased by 20%. Why that's important for this build in particular is because you're going to be able to poison on your ultimates melee hits, which can strip stagger gauges as well, allowing your ultimate to do 20% more damage, as well as your stealth attack damage. When you go to assassinate targets, if they're not staggered, you can Moonmaster cancel while in Toxic Vanish to strip that stagger gauge and just add an additional 20% onto your stealth attack. So you're going to get a surprising amount of stealth attack damage with this build. So if that's what you want to focus on, stealth attack and poison, this is going to be the build for you. Obviously, we rounded out with Moonmaster and Poison Blade for the Moon Katana. And then for the blowgun, I actually have the wrong one equipped. There we go. Alright, so this is going to be maxed out stealth attack damage and status effect damage, because again, that's what this build is designed to do. If you want to drop hallucination darts for helmet piercing ammo, you can. I just like, because Hysteria is just not a good perk, even though it's fun, I like to have some way um, of stopping the Oni archers from teleporting, because if they're about to teleport, you can pelt them with a hallucination dart, and they will kind of freak out before they start to attack either yourself or nearby foes for them, which would have been their allies. It keeps them stationary, which can keep them from teleporting. Uh, I've actually won some rivals matches by doing this. There was one enemy left. It was the Elder Oni Archer, and we kept him from teleporting because he was just about to teleport and got the kill and won. Uh, it's fun to do, but again, you could throw helmet piercing on there if you want. Obviously, shield piercing because I like to be able to hit Onis with shields when I drop a smoke. That's what I aim for with running shield piercing ammo. And then Assassin Charm. So status effect damage maxed out with Toxic Vanish Radius maxed out. And Chain Vanish. Now, the next perk, you can kind of do what you want here, but because we're not running Misty Agata, combat regen is going to be the only way that we have to heal. And what's nice with the Assassin is every time you go in and out of combat, your combat regen procs. Well, why that's important for the Assassin is because every time you go in and out of your Vanish, does the same thing. So you have many ways to proc combat regeneration, and this is going to be the only way to heal. But again, I never die using this. It's very underrated. This is easily the best build to run combat regen on, especially with not having any way to heal. With no mist, it's phenomenal. Not a lot of great perks to throw on here aside from combat regen. Anyway, for this build, so perfect. And then our only legendary is going to be Spirit Kunai for obvious reasons. We have status effect duration, just to help our toxic vanish and our poison from our poison darts and poison blade from our mood katana to ensure that we strip that stagger gauge to ensure the increased 20% additional damage through stagger damage. Cooldown on kill is a given with supermassive and hidden blades. And then again, maxed out stealth attack damage and cooldown on kill on the smoke bomb with lucky and munitions. It's a very well-rounded build. It doesn't completely focus on one thing. This is kind of an all-around amazing assassin build. And then for techniques, obviously we're running Toxic Vanish. So here's where you can make some changes if you want. If you don't want to run combat regen, you can drop critical hit and throw on your additional legendary here for the mist and change out combat regen, or you can keep combat regen. If you're getting blasted, not a bad idea. But this is going to give us an additional 30% stealth attack damage. Obviously, we're running Deadly Nightshade. And the reason we're not running Overshadowed is because with every hit of your ultimate, you have a chance to proc Poison Blade. And not only that, every hit of your ultimate automatically drops stagger gauges on enemies. So why that's important is you're going to get 5 strikes for your ultimate, 5 chances to proc Poison Blade. Which is just going to give you even more damage while inside your ultimate. So that's why we're running Shadowstorm over Overshadowed. If you don't want to do that, you most certainly can run Overshadowed. But for this build, I like Shadowstorm. Alright, let's go ahead and get into an example of the build. I haven't done this week's Nightmare. It just reset, so let's see what we got. Alright, Shadows of War. So we're going to go straight for the Tengu first. Generally 3 darts with headshots. The poison darts is enough to kill Tengu. It's a really nice way to just clip them very quickly and get them the hell out of your hair. Of course, he's wanting to dip and dodge. I just getting pelted. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and make this interesting. Alright, let's see what your assassination damage is like. I can't tell how many bars that is, but it's pretty decent. Alright, well, he's freaking around. I pelted him. Good! This is why I don't like hallucination bars. This shit just gets way too crazy. And that's pretty nice too. It doesn't always happen, but when you can actually get a assassination when you come out of your ultimate speed. Alright, so staggered now, so and this is the other thing too by having staggered damage. You see that damage against that Elder Underlord? Once you stagger them with Moonmaster Cancel, your Moonmaster Cancel is going to do 20% more damage. It's very, very, very nice. I don't know what the hell this guy's doing. Somehow he still didn't see me after all that. But as you can see, combat regen kicking in. And then again, one of the reasons I love the Assassin's Ultimate is just being able to jump and do it. I want to kill Tengu. Alright, I should have been able to get that, but I still was able to, which was kind of nice. Hello? I don't know what was going on with that auto-targeting for that Spirit Kunai. Holy shit. Alright. Well, I don't have any of those. But no. Oh, no, I still don't. Alright. These fuckers, I hate these guys. Also note, stealth attack damage does increase the ultimate for the assassin, and because we have 3 stacks of it, through critical hit, the perk 1 from the technique tree, and then 2 stacks of perfect stealth attack damage for 50%. I don't know what the ratio is. They never did say. But stealth attack damage does inflict more damage for the assassin's ultimate. I think it's probably only like 5 to 1 ratio. But so I can't kill him right away, right? Now he's staggered. Now I get that 20% additional. Okay. These guys go 20% more damage there. 20% more damage there. Let's go like this. Dude, I just like kind of glitched out there, didn't I? Get that kill. Get that kill. Get that kill. Hi. Alright guys, so that's going to be a nice little demonstration of the build. Things to note. Staggered damage. Whenever you, again, drop somebody's stagger gauge with Toxic Vanish, the poison is then going to do 20% additional damage. Also, when you're Moon Master canceling normally, and you stagger them, then your additional Moon Master cancels are going to do 20% more damage. Your poison darts are going to do 20% more damage against a staggered target. Your ultimate's going to do 20% more damage. Your assassinations are going to do 20% more damage. So with staggered damage active, you're going to have 100% additional stealth attack damage. 50 from your gear, 30 from critical hit, the perk and perk 1 from the technique tree, and then that 20% staggered damage. So you'll have a total of 100%, which is really nice. It's going to ensure that you're going to be able to get that chain vanish proc through Toxic Vanish. And also, again, your ultimate's going to be able to inflict poison through Poison Blade. So that is an additional way to get that increased 20% additional damage against those Elder Oni Lords. And then something to note. If you are fast enough and you activate Toxic Vanish, if you need to, you can use your ghost weapons without coming out. If you use them as soon as you drop your vanish, and this isn't just for Toxic Vanish, you can do this with any of the vanishes, but we'll do Spirit Kunai. Alright, that did not take me out. Also, you can Moon Master cancel without coming out of it. Alright, so you can throw your Spirit Kunai or your Smoke Bomb as soon as you activate your vanish without coming out, and then you can Moon Master cancel through it. Why the Moon Master cancel not stripping you out of your vanish is so fucking good is because if you are trying to proc chain vanish through poison and Toxic Vanish, but you can't assassinate somebody, you can just run up to somebody who's, you know, relatively low but not quite low enough and just Moon Master cancel them until you're ready. Also, even if they have a nice amount of health left, because you have stagger damage on this build, once you strip that stagger gauge with Moon Master cancel, again, you're going to get an additional 20% additional stealth attack damage against that target to ensure that your Toxic Vanish is going to proc twice through Chain Vanish. There's a reason I like this build a lot. Pretty much the health you see me have here is going to be the health you pretty much have throughout the entire Nightmare Survival. You can't get full life off of combat regen. This is pretty much exactly where it stops. Gives you about 80%, I guess, 85% health. But it works wonders. It's really all you need to have to heal. Again, this is not a solo Nightmare Survival build. I've got one of those out on the channel already. Feel free to check that out if you'd like. But yeah, alright guys, that's going to be an example of my OG Poison Assassin build. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to stay up to date on all my content. It would really help me out. I appreciate you guys coming out, and I'll catch you on the next one. Deuces!